Hello everyone, another YouTube video that I hope will be quite helpful. I keep getting questions from you about how important it is to analyze your own games. What about blitz games? Should they be analyzed? And I always say that yes, it is very important. Of course, practice is important. We always highlight it. You need to go and play chess. You cannot just study it. Chess is a game, so theory and practice should go together. And sometimes even analyzing blitz games can be helpful. And today I'm gonna demonstrate you how it helped me in my recent Women's Speed Chess Championship match that I played on June 20th on chess.com against the former Women's World Chess Champion Antoaneta Stefanova. And before that, actually 1 week before that, there was funny competition for streamers where we had to play against bots. And well, of course, I didn't analyze all my games that I played with bots, but I checked out one opening. So that was the competition, and that was my game with a bot that I'm talking about.
Okay, he is playing something different. Let's see how he knows theoretical lines. Apparently he knows them pretty well. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? With the queen. I don't remember. Oh, what am I doing? No, wait.
Okay, you saw it, that there was an Italian game, and let me show you my game with Antoaneta Stefanova. You can check out the full match recap on my channel. I'm sharing a card link for this recap, but in this video I'm just gonna demonstrate you this one game that I played with white. E4, E5 should be quite familiar, knight F3, knight C6, and then the Italian opening bishop C4, bishop C5, C3, knight F6, and you've probably heard, or I've mentioned already several times, that I've prepared a special course for chess.com that is about to be released this summer about not so quiet Italian, all the moves, all the main lines that appear in the Italian game after the fifth d4. And I'm going to share a link to this course in the description, but it can come out in a few months, but nevertheless I will add it to the description as soon as it's released. And in that course I'm talking about fifth d4, e takes d4, c takes d4, not only c takes d4 but all other moves as well that white can do, and including c takes d4, bishop b4, and here 3 main possibilities for white. One of these moves, knight b2 d2, I've been playing since February, and I played it quite successfully, winning several interesting games. White sacrifices a pawn, and black can accept this sacrifice. That's what Antoaneta did. Another strong alternative for black here is to play d5, but in this game Antoaneta played d5, and if you recall, that's exactly the way how this bot played d5. That's white's idea. Knight takes d2, and against the bot I took with a knight. He played queen e7, which is the strongest move here, and after bishop e2 he played knight d4, and I resigned because there was no point of playing this bad position anymore, because I realized that I mixed up something, I mixed up lines. So after this game, after this stream, I checked out what I did wrong in that game. And yeah, sometimes opening lines, they have to be refreshed in your memory. They have to be refreshed actually pretty regularly to keep them in mind. That's a huge huge drawback of the modern chess. But okay, here I mixed up some move orders, and I realized that I had to take with the bishop, and that's exactly what I did in the game with Antoinette. And here the main move, the main continuation, is exchanging on d2 and then playing knight to e7. But when I was checking this game with this bot, I asked myself, okay, after knight takes d2, queen to e7 is very strong. That if the king goes away, knight goes to e5 and black is okay. But what would happen, I asked myself, if black would play queen to e7 check immediately, because they wouldn't mind exchanging queens. And actually, that is the move that Antoinette made. And because of this analysis, that happened just a week before this game, because I spent a few minutes just going over these lines with a computer, I knew the right move here. And since we played with a time control 5 minutes plus 1, it gave me a huge time advantage and a huge positional advantage, because king to f1 is not the easiest move to make, but it's the strongest. Black has problems with this knight because I have the bishop on d2, which attacks the bishop on b4. So for example, if black plays knight to e5, I will just take the knight. If queen takes, I take on b4, I have an extra piece. If black plays the bishop, if black takes the bishop, then she's going to lose the queen. So knight to e5 is not a good idea. Of course, I mean, the computer may suggest that knight b8 or knight d8 is the strongest here, but if you see such moves, it just means that black did something wrong before that. And here I can either play bishop g5, d6 is another alternative, quite an interesting one. I can play queen c2 and threaten to play rook e1, and if castle I always have knight g5. So there are many ideas, and due to this lack of development, white is pressing very hard. But Antoinette played knight to a5, and here I had a very strong continuation that I didn't manage to find. In the blitz game, it's pretty difficult. You can pause the video now and try to figure out this winning move. Very nice winning move. I played bishop to d3. I retreated the bishop, which is pretty strong, and I had a very beautiful idea in mind that happened in the game. But even a stronger possibility was the move d6. d6 almost winning the game. So I'm covering this diagonal. If the pawn takes, I simply take on b4, knight takes c4, queen d4, and there are too many threats, and rook e1 of course. And the main idea is that if black takes with the queen, then I have a very strong move, queen e1 check. And thanks to this knight on a5, which is unprotected, after queen to e7, queen takes e7, bishop takes e7, I win this knight and the piece and a game. So d6 was winning immediately on the spot. I didn't notice it. I played, as I mentioned, bishop to d3, black castled, and here I had a very typical sacrifice in mind, bishop takes h7. Very hard not to play this move. Of course, I wasn't sure what is the evaluation of this sacrifice, but again, in the blitz game, sometimes we can allow yourself such sacrifices, especially considering the fact that bishop takes h7 is indeed very strong. So king to g6, and here I made a mistake. When I played bishop takes h7, I calculated, of course, this line. I must mention that king g6 is the only move, because if the king goes to g8, then I play queen h5, very typical checkmate threat, and it's not possible to protect the square due to the fact that the knight is very far away from f6, and bishop is still covered with the d7 pawn, blocked by it, and there is no bishop f5. So there is no way to save black from being checkmated. So king to g6, of course, is the correct way to continue the game. And here, unfortunately, I didn't find the strongest continuation, which is the move h4. Of course, I considered this move, I calculated it during the game, but I didn't realize that after bishop takes d2, I can simply take on d2, and my attack is just too strong, and this knight is hanging all the time. So if black, for example, tries to save it, then I can play rook e1, attacking the queen, and it's not so clear what to do with this queen. If the queen goes to f6, then I go h5, and I can create something like a Morphy-like checkmate. Let's see, yeah, something like this. Many beautiful checkmates are in the air, and h4 was definitely the move to continue. Unfortunately, I didn't make this move. I played queen g4, which is not very bad, but especially after the move my opponent made, f5, I got a better endgame, but she had to take on d2. In that case, I was going to play knight e6 check, bishop g5, knight takes f8, and I wanted to win this bishop. After queen takes f8, I was planning to play h4, and I do have a compensation. This knight on a5 is too far away, these pieces are not developed yet, the king is weak, so my chances are still pretty good. By the way, queen takes f8 is not the only move, king h6 is another possibility, but it's too complicated. But for my luck, my opponent played f5, and in that case I just took on b4, and again, thanks to the fact that this knight is hanging, I'm winning back a piece. After king g5, the rook is hanging, I can take it, so my opponent removed the rook out of the attack. I took on a5, and here she had to take on g5, and after bishop takes e7, I would win back. I will win a pawn, I will be a pawn up, and good chances to win. But my opponent just made a blunder. She forgot, I think she just forgot that she's a piece down. She played b6, or maybe she just missed the fact that I can simply retreat my bishop and protect the knight. I played bishop to d2 and won this game afterwards, since I have a piece up, and it's quite easy to win with extra material. Otherwise, I'm very happy about this game. I played another I had another possibility to use this line, knight b to d2, which I consider to be quite interesting and quite tricky, especially for rapid and blitz. And again, you see that even a short analysis, even of your games played against bots on chess.com, can pay out. And this work that you do, if you go over your games, if you draw some conclusions, if you improve your play, can result in better games and good games played in the future. And that's what I hope is going to happen in your case. Good luck with that, good luck with your games, and see you soon. Of course, don't forget to press like to this video, check out the full recap of the match with Antoinetta that I posted recently, and make sure to come back daily for my new videos. See you soon, take care, play chess, and all the best to you. Bye.